This is our hog hunt 2020. It's January 10th and just got into Texas. I'm thinking I'm gonna go strictly with a bow. Low success with a bow with these northern Texas hogs. There's a lot here, but they're spread out all over a lot of area. They have feeders that go off at a specific time in the evening and in the morning. Evening hunts are the most successful. So they take us to a stand or a tree stand, and then they leave us there, and then they come back and get us. There's limited opportunities. We have Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, and most everybody has gotten their hogs in just those 3 hunts. Last chance is Sunday morning. There's no lodges here. This is where you go to the bathroom. These are the bathroom facilities. There's no running water here. There is electricity. This one's locked up for some reason, probably to keep the wind from blowing the door off. There's some crazy stuff. I don't even know how you get in this one. But that's it right there. Okay, it's time to go in. So the plan is I won't be hunting out of a tree stand. I'm gonna do some spotting and stalking. They said go up this road here 250 yards and you should see blind. I'm gonna be checking the wind with my windicator. I don't want my scent blowing directly at the feeder, so the wind doesn't look very good. It looks like it's blowing right at the feeder. So I don't know what direction they're going to come. They're obviously not going to come from where I'm at. I couldn't stand being upwind of the feeder. So I've looped around and I am now south and downwind of the feeder 57 yards. There's one medium-sized boar underneath the feeder. The feeder's going to go off in 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, I see him walking off to the left a little bit. I gotta close the gap to 30 yards. There must not have been very much corn there, because like I said, the feeder hasn't gone off yet. He was there for 60 seconds and that's it. Shit. I'm out here at this ranch road waiting to get picked up. I heard 3 shots tonight. Just finished one. One's in that wheelbarrow there. This is a 210-pound boar.
You never weighed yours.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
It's 310. Go slow. So let me kind of catch you up. My dad shot one. It's so cold and windy out, and well, obviously it was dark once we got to him. Oh, and the other guy, he shot one with his 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got some footage of that boar. We were skinning it. It ran 250 yards and only 1 drop of blood. We all walked up to it. He says, "I got blood." It was the tiniest little speck, 1/10 the size of my fingernail. I'm like, well, how the hell did you even find that to begin with? And he says it was a good shot. Keep in mind, we were just shooting a week ago at 320 yards, nailing that 6-inch gong. This shot was 150 yards. But anyways, I was like, there's no way. There's no blood. We had, of course, we did have 6 guys out there looking. Sure enough, dead as a doornail, 250 yards away, right through both lungs. Great shot, right behind the front shoulder. Wasn't hard quartering to or away. They got a lot of hair on them in the wintertime, so that absorbs a lot of the blood. Every time you go hunting, you learn something new about tracking animals. What's crazy is last year I shot my big boar from the same spot, and he dropped dead as a doornail, dead before he hit the ground. Same cartridge, Hornady ELDX 143 grain 6.5 Creedmoor. But he's going out with a 300 Win Mag tomorrow because he doesn't want to have to worry about losing an animal. So everybody else is staying in campers. There's a lot of campers. You saw the drone footage. And I am in the bed of my pickup truck. I'll give you a little tour here in a second. The reason I'm sleeping in, oh, I got blood on me. Sleeping in my truck as opposed to a bed with a heater is I got a new sleeping bag. It's rated at 0 degree. It's a big Agnes. It's one of those sleeping bags where there's no back. There's no insulation on the back side. It's got a pocket where you put your backpacking sleeping pad. So I'll let you know. I can't remember. It's like a Nemo thermal something. The sleeping bag's rated at 0 degrees. The sleeping pad is rated for 15 degrees. I'm kind of pushing it because it's going to be, probably the low is going to be 18 degrees tonight. But I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm set up shop in the bed of my truck to test it out. No heaters, no electricity, no propane, no little buddy heaters or anything. I have one, but I didn't bring it. This is my shelf. I'm going to be sleeping diagonally. This is a 6.5 foot bed, but I have a big winch. I have my winch right there. I've got my pillow. I am going to be cheating and using a real pillow. I've got my bow, my rifle. That's another thing we need to talk about. They had a big fire here, and they lost a lot of their stands that you could hunt with a bow out of. And he said tomorrow there's pretty much no chance of you spotting and stalking with this north wind. He said if you want to have a chance, you're gonna have to get the rifle out. So I'll get my Weatherby out for tomorrow's hunt, and that's it. We'll see you in the morning. So I made it through the night. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and some people are not going out because it's too cold, and there's a much lower success rate even with the rifle in the morning. I did cheat. Like I said, I used a real pillow, but I survived. It got real cold. I had to zip fully all the way up, completely mummified, all the way till my alarm went off. I'll see you in the blind. These are the accommodations. This is a fifth wheel camper that caught on fire that they converted into kind of like a cabin. Bunk beds here, couch, heater, air conditioner, and then back up here is another one. This is the fifth wheel area. So 3 guys slept in this one last night. I'll show you my accommodations for tonight. The next camper over. They always leave these rubber snakes around for you. There's always a pile of rat poison too. This is another old rundown camper. There's one bed up in here. And this is it. No bathrooms. Oh, there's bunks back here too. I don't think I trust going back in there. I'm gonna sleep right here tonight. The refrigerator and microwave does work. Like I said, there's no running water, so We bring our own water and soap. I'm going to show you the barbecue area and the hangout and the fire pit. I think there's 2 hogs in there. You want to be on YouTube?
No, gee, that's funny on YouTube. The only person that took Dick's from being just a mom and pop shop married Dick's daughter.
Oh.
Next thing you know, they're opening another store. Next thing you know, they're moving out of state. They're putting one from down in
Look at that hole. Well, you saw the entry, but
yeah.
So where did you shoot this one?
right at the ear on the other side, but it was quartered. I guess it would have been
Away.
Yeah.
You gonna have this one mounted?
Nah.
European was that? Let's eat before we get on this.
Peeked over, there's 7 at the feet. So I just, I didn't have time to get anything out. I just kind of threw my my butt pad out as a rest.
Green chair.
Yeah.
Sleep there in the bed of my blazer, in my seat of my blazer. Yeah, I think Lee Smith, my other neighbor rancher, he has a shitload of dropped them. So we started out with 3.
A little bit lower the first time.
Sneaking up on you.
Yeah, no, well, and it's like after being hunched over for a couple days, my neck, yeah, like so when after I shot that one, the cathedral blinds are kind of super small.
8 years ago, I see these big ass yellow eyes, and he is as far in the top of that fucking willow tree as you can get. It's like somebody chased his ass. He kicked the shit out of him. Fur missing off his head and all over. Then when we were around here, she'd want to be petted, and if he came over and you were trying to pet him, or whatever, she'd come over and whip his ass. It's like, dude, you married the wrong bitch up here.
Well, that was our 2020 hog hunt. It's a good time. We've been going there for 10 to 15 years, I think. I know some guys have been going longer than others. The reason we haven't changed is because of that atmosphere. Got the campfire. You can cook your own food. Nobody's taking care of you at all as far as your accommodations. And that's kind of the way we like it. A lot of the other Texas hog hunts that out-of-staters have to use, they got places for you to stay, people to take care of you, people are taking care of your hogs, things like that. This is more of a real hunting trip than what we've found in the past. Some other guys have skipped a few years trying to find higher success rates, a better hunting experience. Even though this is hunting under feeders and it's not a traditional hunt for other areas of the country, in Texas, This is about the only way they hunt, is under feeders. Texas is something like 99% private owned, and every landowner has feeders. So it's up to you to have better feeders and better food to get the animals onto your property and keep them on your property. It's a hard concept to get used to when in Colorado you can't even set a trail camera up over a pile of corn anywhere, even on your own private land. So it's a bit of a shock for someone like me that has never ever baited, and baiting is extremely taboo, to going to Texas and that's all they do. And there's a lot of other states out there that's all they do is bait. I know Idaho, you can put bait under cameras. You can't bait during the season, or you have to have your bait picked up by a certain amount of time. There's no baiting of bears in Colorado anymore. I don't even think you can hunt bears with dogs in Colorado. And they got rid of the spring bear hunt season altogether in Colorado. So keep that in mind when you're watching other videos on, where they use feeders in Texas. Another update for those of you who are still sticking around. This here is the new Mike Hunts camera. This is the most important part. Wind noise drives me crazy. You can hear it in this video. You can hear it in a lot of videos. This system here should alleviate most of that. All the videos you've seen up to this point were made with a little red point and shoot camera and a GoPro. I will still use the GoPro sometimes to get those 2 camera shots like I used in this video. It's got a wide angle for filming yourself talking or set up in camp, so it's not like, right up in your face. But it also it's got a 24x optical zoom, and it has a pretty darn good digital zoom. So you could stretch that to 30x zoom and still keep a decent level of clarity. Of course, the solar panel videos are coming out. I've got all sorts of wires, all sorts of connectors that I got to make up a whole bunch of wiring harnesses to test a lot of these solar panels and a lot of these solar generators that people are sending me. Please give the video a like, share it with your friends. Goodbye.